I'll read a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text number 7. Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudachetaha yachreyahasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha Pruchhami tvam dharma sammudachetaha Yachreyahasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Translation with repetition. Now I am confused about my duty. And have lost all composure. Because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the signs of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the Garga Upanishad, the perplexed man is described as follows. Yova etad aksharam ghargya avidit vismal lokat praitisa krupanaha. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human being and who thus quits this world like the cats and dogs without understanding the signs of self-realization. This human form of life is a most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser, On the other hand, there is the Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. The Kripanas are miserly persons, waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc., in the material conception of life. One is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members, on the basis of quote-unquote skin disease. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexities. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the Supreme Spiritual Master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious. And now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself, and yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's within and without, and one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to this verse. As you can guess, this is a verse spoken by Arjuna to Krishna. In fact, this is an important verse in many ways. Let's try to appreciate some of these things. Arjuna has said, Karpanya dosha upahataha svabhavaha pruchami tvam dharma samuda chetaha. The word dharma is often debated and discussed what it means. In fact, the word dharma has many meanings, but in this particular context, it means duty. A Kshatriya has a duty that's known as Kshatriya Dharma. King has a duty known as Raja Dharma. Husband has a duty known as Pati Dharma. Wife has a duty called Patni Dharma. So, here dharma is used in the sense of duty. And Arjuna is saying, Dharma Sammuda Chetaha. His Chetaha, Chitta, Chetana, Chetaha, Sammudha, Mudha, Moha, Samyak Moha, Sammudhaha, Chetaha, Dharma Sammudha Chetaha. I have become confused about my duty. That's the meaning of this expression, Dharma Sammudha Chetaha. Arjuna became perplexed and confused about his duty, whether he should fight or not. So that is why he is saying, Dharma Sammudha Chetaha Prichami Tvam. And when one is confused about one's duty, when one is bewildered, then it is expected that we must take the help of a spiritual master. And so he is asking, Pruchami Tvam. And so he is saying, I have become confused and I am so Pruchami. I am asking you, Krishna, because I have become confused of my duty. And why have I become confused of my duty? Arjuna has used an expression, Karpanya dosha upahatasva bhavaha. Karpanya dosha. So, Karpanya connected to the word Kripana. Kripana's dosha is Kripana Karpanya. Kripana means a miser. Who is a miser? A miser is one who accumulates money. He has a lot of money. He has put the money in the bank. The bank balance is big, but he is not spending at all. He is living in poverty. He can eat good meal, but he doesn't eat. He can dress well, he doesn't dress well. He is called a miserly person. Right? That's the meaning of the word miser. There are many examples of misers who keep money, but they don't spend. You will be surprised to know the opposite of the word Kripana in Sanskrit, miser. The opposite of the word Kripana is Brahmana. Why is it called Kripana? Why is it called Brahmana? What is the reason? To understand that, Prabhupada has explained here in the first part of the purport about our perplexities in life. In about, let's say, 5 kilometers from where we are, is there a hospital? There is one. At least one hospital must be there, right? In that hospital, there must be an ICU, right? Intensive care unit. And there may be some patients inside the intensive care unit. And people who are in the intensive care unit, you think they are enjoying life? No, they are suffering. And their relatives must be sitting outside the intensive care unit. Happens. All have experienced these things. And they are also very sad that some close relative, somebody connected to them is inside. They are also sad. Did these people choose to go to the intensive care unit? No. You may go to a restaurant, you may go to a shopping mall. Hey, new mall has come. Let's go and see. We take our friends and go. Does anyone say, hey, one new hospital has come. Let's go. Get admitted in the ICU. No one goes to an ICU like that. But somehow something happens and get admitted to the hospital and the doctor says, no, this is very critical. You should be put into the ICU and some ventilator or whatever, something. And it's shocking, very painful. suffering. So, the material world is such that always these kind of miseries come without our wish. How many of us wished that let there be a pandemic in the world? Nobody wished. Everyone was shocked. Everyone was thinking, oh my God, what will happen to me? Right? I know so many people because we are an organization, we are connected with so many people. So many people died due to the pandemic. Never expected them to die. We have many staff also who passed away. Very sad. So, the nature of this material world is that these kind of problems come unsolved. They are forced on us. So the Shastras say, an intelligent human being must ask the question, why are these being imposed on me? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 13th chapter. In the 13th chapter, Krishna is saying, these things constitute knowledge, and anything besides this is ignorance. He's giving a long list. Etad gnanam iti proktam agnanam yadato anyatha. Etad gnanam. All these things constitute knowledge. Iti proktam. It is said. Etad gnanam iti proktam. Agnanam yadato anyatha. Other than what I have listed here is ajnana. And in that list, one of the things that Krishna says is Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. You see, Krishna is saying Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Birth, disease, old age, and death. These are inevitable realities. Everyone gets old. We don't like to become old. With old age, so many disease, so many things can happen. But we all get old. This is imposed on us against our wish. We like to remain young. But old age comes. Hair turns grey. We don't like it. Disease comes. And finally death comes. And once there is death, there is rebirth. So we are going through this experience. And this is contrary to our aspiration. We don't like to get old. We don't like to get diseased. We don't like to die. If you are in a building, say in a big building, mall or somewhere, and suddenly the fire alarm goes off, and they start making, say, announcement, please, there is a fire in the building. What will everybody do? They'll start rushing. Fire exit, where is it written? They'll start running. Why? Nobody likes to die. Fire accident, what happens? We get trapped, some smoke, gas inhale poisonous gas, something happens, we'll die. Everyone is running. But finally, there is something called death. Each one of us have to experience it. And it will be our own personal, private experience. No one will come with us. You cannot tell your friend, you see, I am dying. We have been such good friends. Please come with me, be with me. Together we shall die. There is no such thing. It's a single, private experience we have to go through. And we don't like it. So, Krishna is saying, one who can recognize this reality in this world, this is a defect, and this is the cause of my misery, dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. This is the cause of dukkha, and this is the dosha in this existence. I cannot escape this. One who can understand this, he is a wise man, he is a man in knowledge. Because, why is Krishna saying, somebody may say, oh, why are your Swamiji, you're talking all negative things in life. So many good things are happening in our country. Why are you not talking about all the good things? You see, somebody may say like that. But the fact is, these are inescapable realities. This is the nature of this world. We may be looking at bright things, but this is also a reality. We have to face it. Just because we don't think about it, we don't look at it, it doesn't go away. Just like there is a saying, a cat comes into the house, comes into the kitchen, and suddenly finds there is a pot of milk. Somehow they had left the milk open. The cat is afraid. Somebody may come and chase me. So the cat will close its eyes. Because I have closed my eyes, no danger for me. It's a foolish cat. Just because the cat closes its eyes, there is no danger. The mother will come with a stick to chase the cat. So cat is so foolish. So in the same way, we think if we close our eyes and don't think about all these things, we are safe. No, it is not. This is a reality. So we have to face this. And another defect is of our thinking. We think there is no solution for this. Why is Krishna talking about it? Because there is a solution for this. There is a solution for Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. It's not without a solution. Not the kind of solution that today, modern world, they are trying to find. You find a disease, find a vaccination, find a treatment for that. By then another disease will come. Find another disease, another medicine, another one. And then old age will come. Oh, let's do some more research on how can we stop old age. There's a big science and research going on how we can stop old age. Something is causing this old age. We'll go and tamper that one and trigger that one and stop that one, and then we go, no old age. And finally there is death. Where we'll find out what causes the death. We'll go and tweak that one, and then there won't be death. You see, this is the modern days approach. This is not the way Krishna is teaching. Krishna is more with knowledge. Not by tweaking this world, this material body, with more knowledge and understanding. So, there is a solution for these things, but we think that this is the way it is, that's reality, let's accept it. I'll give you one example. Recently we celebrated 75 years of our independence. Right? Before that we were being ruled by Britishers. For 200 years they ruled us. 200 years is a long time. You see, many generations of people. So there was a thinking had come up among Indians. This is the way it is. Britishers have to rule us. They make laws for us. We have to follow that law. We have to pay the taxes. And they will take the taxes and go away. That's okay. That's the way it is. It had become the normal. But a few people in our country started thinking, hey, what is wrong? What's going on here? Why are they ruling us? Can we not rule ourselves? Why do we want them to rule and make rules for us that is favorable to them, not favorable to us? Why is this happening? That's how the freedom movement began in our country. It began in small pockets. The Britishers tried to stop that one, but then it gained momentum and became a powerful national Swadeshi movement. So there was a time when people had started thinking, that's okay. Especially the elite. They had good friends with the Britishers. They would go party with them. They would go have meetings, talk nice, and dress nicely like them. And that's life. Things have changed. Let's accept and let's go on. So, an unnatural situation can become accepted as a natural situation. That's our nature. So we have sort of accepted. One disease will come, what to do? Another pandemic may come, what can be done? Let's face it. This old age will come, face it. Death will come, okay, what can be done? No. We don't have to accept that. Krishna is giving a solution. So, that is why a person who has the ability to find solution for these things and who finds a solution for these things is called a Brahmana. Brahmana is not by birth. It is by samskara. It is by knowledge. Janmana jayate shudraha. By birth, everyone is like a Shudra. Samskarat bhavet dvijaha. Veda patet bhavet vipraha. Brahma janati iti brahmanaha. One who knows the spiritual science, he is a Brahmana. And in the Vedic culture, the aspiration is that everyone is enlightened in this spiritual science so that everyone can become a Brahmana, enlightened person. Why only few people should be enlightened? Why everyone should be enlightened? That is the spirit of the Vedic culture. How to enlighten everybody. So, Miser is somebody who has wealth, puts it in the bank, but lives like a poor man. Suffering, hunger, what to do? No proper house, what to do? He has money, but he's not using the money to get food, get a good, proper house. He's not using. He's just keeping and not using it. He's called a miser. In human form of life, all of us have that ability to find a solution for these perplexities of life, like Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. But if we are not taking advantage of our human form of life, keeping quiet, not taking advantage of the benefit that we have as a human being, and suffering, he is called a Kripana. Especially those who are born in India. Because we who are born in India, where there is this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Upanishads, Vedas, which has analyzed this knowledge about why these things happen in life. Why am I subjected to these problems in life? And one is expected to find a solution. If one is not doing that, thinking that no, it's okay, this is reality, I will try to avoid it as much as possible. But when it comes, what can be done? There is no solution for this. Who is thinking like that and suffering while he has a human form of life, and there is the knowledge of the Vedic literature which can give us a solution for these things, not taking advantage of this and suffering. He is a foolish person, a miser. Now you understand the difference between miser and the opposite of the word kripana is Brahmana. Brahmana is one who has understood, yes, these problems exist. I am in the human form of life. Let me take knowledge from the Vedic literature. Let me become enlightened. Let me understand the reality. And hence I don't have to suffer in this way. He is a Brahmana who is trying to find solution for these things. And that miserly weakness, karpanya dosha, comes with all the attachments that we have for this world. My car, my house, my bungalow, my money, my family, my community. Because of all these attachments, we don't want to leave. Because we are not trying to figure out what is all this. Why is it that I am born in one family and they all become my family members? Somebody else is born in some other family. Why all this is happening? We are not trying to figure out. You see, somebody is born in a rich man's house. Somebody is born in Afghanistan. Very unfortunate. Somebody is born as a woman in Afghanistan. Of course, we shouldn't talk too much. Should be careful. These are reality. Or somebody is born in Africa. So much suffering. So many problems, no proper government, civil war everywhere, feuds and this and that's going on. No problem. Can't go to a police station, nothing will work there. So why somebody is born in one family, why somebody is born? What is this going on? How can I remain in ignorance, not knowing these realities? What is governing this? Is there some principle? Is there some law behind this? See, a lot of people saw apple fall from a tree to the ground. And what did they do? They picked it up and ate it. But there is one man started thinking, why did it fall to the ground? And he became a big man, scientist. Because he was trying to understand, is there a principle? Is there a law behind this? In the same way, we have to understand, is there a law behind this? Someone is born in a rich family, someone is born in a poor family. Somebody is born very talented, somebody is not born with those talents. Somebody is born with a fair skin, somebody is born with a dark skin. Somebody is born very beautiful, somebody is born very ugly. Different kinds of situations are there. Why is this happening? Is there a science behind this? Is there a law behind this? Can I know that? This is an inquisitive mind. An inquisitive mind is called Jignasu. Jignasi. He is trying to find out why these things are. So, the Vedic literatures are providing a solution that how we can solve these problems with this knowledge. And Arjuna realized that because of my attachment with my family members, I'm here in the battlefield, but I'm not ready to fight. I've become overcome with this weakness. Karpanya dosha upahata swabhavaha prachami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. What is my duty? I have become confused. And Arjuna, what he did, he asked Krishna, prachami tvam. Can you please instruct me? In the same way, a human being is expected to go to Krishna or a representative of Krishna who has understood this knowledge of Krishna and who can give this knowledge and explain this knowledge like Krishna was able to explain to Arjuna. On the same way, not his own knowledge, Krishna's knowledge. We want to hear Krishna's knowledge. We don't want to hear another man. I found out this knowledge. No, you are also a limited man like me. Maybe you are a little more wiser than me. That doesn't mean anything. I want to know God's knowledge. Krishna, what he gave. That's why Bhagavad Gita everywhere, it doesn't say Shri Krishna Uvacha. It says Bhagavan Uvacha. So please take it seriously. Don't take it lightly. This is Bhagavan speaking. Suppose we are discussing some legal problem, and I will tell you, you see, former justice, so-and-so, chief justice of our country, he said like this. Then you will all take it very carefully. Hey, judge has said on this matter. You see? Or some health issue we are talking. The doctor said so, that surgeon is a specialist. He said like this. Then we'll all take it very seriously. Oh, what did the surgeon say? What did the doctor say? Doctor's words, not some ordinary man's word. That's why Vyasadeva, when he's compiling the Bhagavad Gita, he's reminding us, please take it seriously. This is Bhagavan Vacha. And so, Arjuna approached Krishna and asked him, please explain to me, tell me, Pruchami Tvam. I am asking you. And this is another very nice words here. Yat Shreyahasyan. Arjuna is asking, please, what is Shreyas for me? Shreyas means long-term benefit, long-term good. There's another word in Sanskrit, prayas. Prayas means short-term benefit. Like sometimes children are playing with toys. They're all very happy with some small toys. They're happy. Mother will come and say, enough of all the toys, keep them aside, go and do your homework. And the children get very, what kind of a mother is she? Right? Children get annoyed. My mother is disturbing. I'm having so much nice time with all the toys. The child is in a preyous mode of thinking. Immediately I'm getting pleasure, happiness with the toys. So I'm happy. Mother is in a Shreyas mode of thinking. Mother is thinking, you child, you won't remain a child always. You'll grow up. You'll have to face the world. So go get educated. Enough of your playing. So she is thinking in a long term. Preyas means short term, immediate. So Arjuna is asking, Yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me. Please tell me what is Shreyas for me. Not just short-term benefit, short-term good. What is really good for me? So that is what Arjuna is saying. Yashreyasyan. And don't give me vague answers. Approximate answer. You do this. Maybe you can do this. Maybe no. Nishchitam bruhitan me. Definitively tell me, give me a definite solution what I should do. That's why Bhagavad Gita is very special scripture. It gives, because Arjuna has asked such question, naturally Krishna has given such answer, isn't it? Nishchitam bruhitan me. Bruhi means explain, speak. Nishchitam bruhi, definitively you speak. Don't give me vague answers. Krishna, please give me what is good for me on a long-term basis. And nishchitam bruhitan me. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Krishna, I am ready to become your Shishya. Krishna and Arjuna were actually friends. In this verse, Arjuna offers to change that relationship and says, I will become your disciple. And not a disciple, and how a Shishya should be? Prapannam. Prapannam, prapatti means surrender. To the spiritual master, a disciple should go and surrender. Shishyasteham shadima tvam prapannam. Tvam prapannam, I surrender to you, Krishna. So this is how a disciple should approach a spiritual master and hear his instructions seriously. So in the same way, we must hear Krishna's instructions with seriousness, not in a frivolous manner. Now, somebody may ask the question, okay, you are saying all this, enlightened, we should become enlightened by going to Krishna, taking this knowledge, and devotees will become enlightened. But we see devotees also get old, they also get disease, and they also die. What's the big deal? You spoke all these things. Birth, death, old age, disease. This even devotees go through. What is the difference? No, there's a very big difference. This is the reality of the material world. Force of the material nature will remain the same for a devotee and a non-devotee. Devotee also goes through all this. But the experience the devotee goes through will be different because of the enlightenment. The acharyas give an example. There is a cat. When the cat catches a rat in its mouth, what is the experience for the rat? Imagine a rat which has been caught. It was trying to escape, but the cat was faster and smarter. Caught it and holding the rat in its mouth. Rat is suffering. May finish my life. I'm going to die. The same cat carries its kitten also in its mouth. Same way. What is the experience the kitten is going through when it is held by the mouth of the cat, mother cat? Kitten is so happy. My mother is carrying me safe. I'm very safe. The experience of the kitten is different from the experience of the rat. Although externally speaking, it is the same. In the same way, a devotee who is enlightened, who understands Krishna, who understands the nature of this world, why this material world is arranged in this way, the experience a devotee is going through internally is very, very much different from an experience of a person who is not enlightened. The external circumstances may be the same. And that is what we should prepare ourselves. This is the meaning, this is the message of the Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes people ask the question, today we have internet, we have mobile phones, we have information technology, digital tech. Do we still need Bhagavad Gita? No, Bhagavad Gita is addressing these fundamental issues of reality. Old age, disease, calamities that come, how to face them, how to be successful in the face of these calamities, having an understanding why this world has these things. This is an enlightened life. Krishna wants us to lead an enlightened life. Tamasima Jyotirgama. Don't remain in ignorance, in darkness. Come to knowledge. That's the meaning. We should not remain in darkness. We should come to enlightened state. That's the purpose. We may have technology. We can use all this technology if it can help us to become more enlightened spiritually, and it is possible. You can use technology also to become enlightened. And so, just like we have so many other things, can also be used like a building like this. We can use this building to discuss Krishna's message. This is very good. So, there's nothing wrong with technology, but we should not misuse it. We can use that technology also for becoming enlightened. And most important thing is to be enlightened with this knowledge. That's the message of the Gita. And that is relevant even today, as much as it was relevant 5,000 years back when Krishna spoke to Arjuna. I'll stop here. If any of you have any questions, I'll try to answer. Yes, please.
We keep hearing over and over again, but then the sense of possession of ownership keeps coming and haunting us, like so it's me, mine, you know. So there is a constant struggle. So how do we get over it?
Okay. We may hear about this knowledge, then how do we become overpowered by these feelings? How do we overcome? So, it requires a systematic training, a systematic understanding. There is a process. And if we accept that process in all its various aspects, gradually we will become enlightened. It is an unfailing process. It will not fail. It depends how serious we are and how sincere we are. We may externally take up the process, but deep inside, are we really wishing to be enlightened? So if there is a sincere attempt, sincere desire, then Krishna promises that this will bring us all success. This is an unfailing process. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, 5 things we must do. Then we will make steady forward progress in spiritual life. 1. Nama Sankirtana. We should chant the names of Krishna. 2. Bhagavata Shravana. We must hear from the Gita and the Bhagavatam on a regular basis. Daily. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Number 3. Sadhu Sangha. We must associate with people who are practicing this seriously and trying to understand and who have become enlightened. We have to associate with them. If we associate with drunkards, we will also become drunkards. If we associate with criminals, we may become criminals. If we associate with sadhus, we can become sadhus also become enlightened. So Sangha is important. And Srimurtira Sevana, this is all there in our culture, in our country. We must have Krishna in the home, and our life must be revolving around Krishna. And Mathura Vasa. And we should make our house like Mathura. Mathura means where Krishna is prominent. So in our house, we should have Shri Vigraha, small, simple Aradhana we must do. In our house, whatever we cook in the house, we offer to the Lord and then take that as prasadam. So if we have these 5 things, Nama Sankirtana, Bhagavata Shravana, Sadhu Sangha, Srimurtira Sevana and Mathura Vasa. Go to a holy place like Mathura, Vrindavan, or make your house a holy place. And live in such a holy place. If we do these 5 things, we will make gradual progress in spiritual life. So there is a process, we have to follow the process, and we will make definite progress. Any other question? We will stop here. Thank you all very much. Please continue to come and take advantage of the center here. and the devotees' presence here and make spiritual advancement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.